The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the December 12th, terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Sorry about that. Just got interrupted. That never works. But the easiest way to have an extraordinary day, it's to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. And that's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means you and I can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, let your fingers do the walking. Send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, inside the Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow trading up 156 points, 24,541 is the print. S&P is up 8 points. NASDAQ 100 down 5. Russell's up 2. Semis are off 9. You've got gold off $6. Silver down 11 cents. Light sweet crude off 89 pennies. Leading the charge, the upside, Bitcoin Investment Trust, $434 to the upside. Priceline up 12. Google's up 4. Riot Blockchain up 7. RIOT. Boeing, that's up $8. KMG Chemical up $6. To the downside, it is Casey's General Store off 7%, 860. 112.58 is what it's printing. Bluebird Bio down about 8. Penumbra down 560. Transdigim Group off 4. Edison International off 480. Regeneron down 4. So we have a few things that are moving and grooving. And what do we want to cover first? So I think this is a 5-minute segment. We'll do in the second segment. We had someone write in. Iris is her name, and she wrote in asking if I could review or expand upon what I discussed in the segment that I did with Tom yesterday. So the answer there is absolutely. I will do that. Let's kind of go to the markets and see what they are doing, what it is that we want to watch right now. Now, in the case of the ES Mini, we'll start here. What we can see is that on the positive side, the seventh wave move was taken out. I think that was maybe yesterday, certainly today. But what we do have going on at the moment is prices rising with less relative energy. That's that diagonal black line, lower left, upper right, that's drawn between candlesticks on my chart. Now, that alone is not any kind of sell signal or message, but it does say the rubber band is getting stretched. It can resolve itself by gaining relative strength down there, out, and by gaining relative strength, then the pattern just kind of goes away. But at this stage here, something to pay attention to. Not a bear signal, as I said. If we take a look at just simply the equity futures contracts out here, you'll see the ES Mini is up above its resistance area. That's at 2660 out there is level. Looks like I need to wash my screen out here. You can't see it, but I can. So 2660 is the level of what should be support. Old resistance becomes new support, and prices above. In fact, on the daily profiles out here, the NQ is above resistance. That was at 63.68. The Dow, The level to be watching here, 24,443. That doesn't seem to be a problem. You're 24,564. Now, the Dow's profile formed 2, 4, 5 days ago, bearish structured. The Dow has said, too bad for you. Bearish structure, however, and prices above that area, prices also a bit stretched. Now, when I say a bit stretched, I'm just referring to a pattern out here where should a bearish reversal candle form over the next couple of days, and if this pattern stays alive out here, well, what I mean by stays alive, it still is moving higher with less relative energy, that can be a indication of some type of retracement. You know, a good 1 or 2% retracement these days. Woohoo! So that's what's going on inside of the Dow equity futures contract. We take a look at profiles. Everything is green lights, with the exception of the Russell 2000. Key level here, it's been struggling, is 1531 and change out there. I've got a 10-minute delay. We're trading at 1526 or thereabouts. If we go take a look at Bitcoin, how can we do the show without talking about this? Yesterday, you identified for me this consolidation pattern. And so it's this rectangular pattern out here. Goes between the price level of about 17.4 and change to 18.7, somewhere right around there. And all price has been doing for the most part since it's come onto the exchange from about 2,200 hours. That was on Sunday night. That's 10 o'clock. Since 10 o'clock through now, so we have this consolidation. Now that consolidation, the cool thing, we don't know if price is going to break above or below or at all. Could stay in this consolidation for a while. 10-minute time frame chart, by the way, that we're looking at out here. Just simply with a lack of data, we've had to really go down to smaller time frames. But what it does tell us is from 17.5, the breakout area, to 18.7, so a 17.5, 18.5, about a 1,200-point move or so is what the expected breakout or breakdown should bring upon itself. There's really not a lot of other information with regard to the futures contract on any other time frame, in my opinion, that we can form just yet. So no reason to spend any time there. If we take a look at the advanced decline oscillator readings inside the NYSE NASDAQ composite, still a conflict going out here. New York Stock Exchange above zero. You're almost at, well, you're at a new, you would if you were to close here, new all-time closing high, but just slightly above zero. So we're starting to see a descending tops line in it. I'm looking at the very bottom panel out here. The NASDAQ composite is still below zero. Says, believe it or not, and I know you won't believe me, but believe it or not, it says sellers are actually in control of the NASDAQ composite. Inside the Dow, it's got a mind of its own. Inside the S&P 500, everything looks positive. Back to the NYSE just for a moment. As we speak right now, 1:14 in the afternoon, the advanced decline line, so the summation of the advanced decline information, is at a new all-time high. The advanced decline volume line is at a new all-time high. Folks, there's only one interpretation there. It is a healthy market for those of you that like to use the NYSE. It does not need a flu shot, not just yet. Things look very, very good. Now, if it closes the advanced decline oscillator reading, it's the difference between two exponential moving averages below zero out there, then we'll have another conflict. But you know what? A new all-time high, the advanced decline line, inside the volume line out there, there ain't no bear market in sight. Not in sight for a long time to come. And that'll be a good segue when we get back from this break to go take a look at the big picture. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So we did get a request yesterday after I did the segment on Tom's show. It was from Iris, and she was asking if I could review for her, again, why I gave a price target of where the Dow is eventually heading to as to the 27,250 to 30,483 level. And if you're watching us on TigerTV, you're seeing an A to B equals CD screen out there. But it really involves more than that. It involves much, much more than that. So let's go take a look at the big picture here just to try to then come back to this slide, or actually I'll come back to the chart itself. Just so that you can get a feel for it. And we start off by asking ourselves the following question, which is, where is all the money in the world flowing to? Now, the perspective is this. For those of you that travel around the world, you know that you pretty much do similar things, meaning, you know, if you have a beer at dinner, you're going to probably go have a beer at dinner in Germany or in France or in Spain or wherever it is, and you're going to be ordering that beer on the menu. Most times, oftentimes, you'll see that dinner's about the same price, the beer is about the same price, perhaps, because you then have to convert it into that currency. When you are over in Japan, you're not really thinking in terms of U.S. dollars. You're thinking in terms of yen. Well, if you lived over there, and this being a one world market, or it can be, many of you trade some of the ETFs for emerging markets, or for Germany, or for the FTSE in the UK, or wherever it is you might be trading. So really it's a one world market. Many of you have shorted the emerging markets out there. So really the question that you and I have to ask is not only where is Waldo, what was it, where in the world is Waldo, something like that, but truly where is the worldwide cash flowing to? And can we figure that out? Is there a way to figure that out? And not only that, but where is that cash flowing into? What instruments? Is it flowing into commodities? Is it flowing into stocks? Is it flowing into bonds? You know, where in the heck is that money going? So if we say that we want to go try to figure that out, how do we do that? Well, one way that we can do that is we can take all kinds of indices or ETFs or currencies or we can take commodities, we can take whatever it is that we want. Basically, you figure the market's broken down into indices across the world, into commodities across the world, into treasuries across the world, right? So you've got three major classes out there that we can take a look at. Certainly got real estate and so on, but we just take a look at where are those things priced. Well, this chart here shows a monthly chart, 4 panels. Left-hand panel is always going to be, as we flip through these, is always going to be priced in U.S. dollars. The next panel to that is going to be priced in euros. Then next to that is going to be yen. Then on the very right is going to be Great British Pound. So yes, these three currency pairs, euros, pounds, and yen make up the majority of the U.S. dollar. But if we just simply think in their currency and take a look at where price is trading in relationship to the simple momentum breakout, when we take a look at that, we refer to A to B equals CD. Sometimes we use that magic word of confirmed, looking for price to just for a prior resistance level or B point or swing point, plateau, whatever it is you want to see. And you'll see yellow lines on my chart out here, looking for it to be crossed with conviction. You know, sometimes you don't have conviction and still goes ahead and makes an A to B equals CD. Oftentimes conviction can also be a wide-ranging bar. Well, look, in this case here, if we just simply take a look at swing points and ask ourselves, is the Dow broken out in dollars? Is it broken out in euros? Is it broken out above those resistance levels in yen? And is it doing it in pounds? And in the case of the Dow, this tells us that money, or tells me, should tell you, that money is flowing into the Dow from all over the world. All over the world. The Dow is broken out. If you are a momentum trader and you are trading in euros out here, then you jumped on board last month as the Dow broke above its swing point in euros. In yen, it was months ago. In pounds, it was 3 months ago when the Dow broke out. So what we know is, in summary, the Dow is broken out in all major currencies. Well, how about those emerging markets? Is money flowing over there? We see some nice little V-shaped bottoms out here, but in the case of dollars, it hasn't necessarily broken out. A nice move up to a previous swing point. Maybe it's going to go and break above 45.85 and get up into the 50 level. If we take a look at the EEM, that's the ETF I've used here. Is it broken out in euros? The answer is no. Has it broken out in yen? The answer is no. Has it broken out in pounds? Well, the answer is yes. So in summary here, the emerging markets have really only broken out in terms of pounds. So we can conclude that no worldwide money is necessarily flowing over there, not from a breakout standpoint, not like the Dow. How about the DAX out here? If we take a look at the DAX is only broken out in U.S. dollars. It hasn't broken out in euros. It hasn't broken out in yen. It has not broken out in pounds out here. So what we would say, or what I would say, is the DAX is not seeing worldwide flows into it, not like the Dow is. What if we take a look at the NDX 100? So we jump back to it. Shoot, we see breakouts. Certainly just in U.S. dollars, as you and I know. Certainly inside of euros. It did that 3 months ago. So has the yen. It's broken out 2, 4, 5 months ago. And the Great British Pound, we've got a breakout. So the NDX 100 getting funded from all around the world. It's not just from you and I. It's from all around the world. And if worldwide flows of cash continue to pour in to the U.S. indices, they're not flowing into emerging markets, not the way they are here. They're not flowing into the DAX, as we took a look at it. If they do this, then Iris, what this tells me is the A to B equals CD pattern, and these are quarterly charts that we're looking at right now, for the Dow, is going to go ahead and complete its A to B equals CD pattern. The 1-to-1 price projection on this takes us to 27,251. But as A to B equals CD patterns go, there ain't no way that that is where it is headed to. And the reason is because it had a shallow Hal retracement, from that movie, only a 25% retracement from the B to C swing point, and price along the C to D path is well on the left side. That's the strong side. And if you're on the strong side, it says you're going higher. And so, look, the next level was 30,483. I'm thinking much higher than that. But I didn't really want to blow your socks off. And if we take a look at the NASDAQ 100, this thing is broken out of a 17, 18, 20-year consolidation pattern. That's that square on my screen at the bottom square out here, broke above it. You've got flows of cash coming in from all over the place. It says that where the NDX 100 is headed to is another couple thousand points higher. We're around 6,400. This is headed to around the 8,600 level. But look, there's more. Let's not stop there. Let's go take a look at around the world, because you might say, Steve-O, you left off a few things here. Well, let's go take a look at the FTSE. Has the FTSE broken out in U.S. dollars? The answer is yes. How about euros? No. How about yen? No. How about pounds? No. Is money flowing in to the UK? And the answer is no. Not when we take a look at worldwide flows. How about the Shanghai? Has it broken out in dollars? No. Has it broken out in euros? No. Has it broken out in yen? No. Has it broken out in pounds? No. It's not flowing there, folks. How about Hong Kong? How about the Hang Seng? Only broken out in dollars and pounds. I wouldn't conclude that funds are flowing over into Hong Kong, not like they're flowing into the U.S. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go ahead and finish this off, then we'll go to the other questions that have come in here. But really, it's all about currency. It's all about taking a look at the item that you're investing in and thinking about it in your currency out here. That's all the hype about Bitcoin. Is it a currency? Is it a commodity? What is it? If you take a look at the Nikkei, priced in U.S. dollars, euros, yen, pounds on a monthly basis, now you're going to see that the Nikkei has broken out as well. So the Nikkei is, you've got money flowing into the U.S. for sure. You've got money flowing into the Nikkei as well. So there's flows of cash going there. So it means we should really be paying attention to what's going on inside the Nikkei. Now, if we move away from indices around the world to try to figure out where flows of cash are going, we can certainly take a look at gold. We spend a lot of time taking a look at gold here at TFNN. And if we take a look at gold priced in U.S. dollars, again, this is a monthly chart out here, what we're going to see is there's no breakout in any currency out here. That there's different resistance level. Prices are not trading above those. That doesn't mean that it's not a good trade. It means you've got identified different price levels for different currencies, and gold's not going to get the oomph behind it, not anywhere compared to what the Dow is going through, the NASDAQ, the U.S. indices, not unless it starts breaking above resistance levels in all currencies out here. So I want you to think about the next trade inside gold as just that. The next trade, because it's not showing breaking out in any kind of currency out here. If we take a look at crude oil, you really have the same thing. Now, you didn't need me necessarily to tell you this, but if money's not flowing into those commodities, where's your money going to flow? That's all this game about. That's all this game is about, right? Is where is the money flowing? And what we know about where the money is flowing, it's flowing into the U.S. stock market. And we've got long-term price projections, and it's also flowing into the Nikkei 225. So that answers the question, hey, Steve-O, how'd you come up with that 27,250 and 30,480? And why do you have so much conviction that that is where price is headed to? Now let's go take a look at a couple questions. One came in about wanted my brother Basil to take a look at IBB and asked if I would fill in and take a look at it. So if we take a look at IBB, that's the biotech sector of the NASDAQ out here. The question was, where do you see the IBB going? Is this headed back to last week's lows? So if we take a look at IBB out here, and the question really becomes taking a look at primarily the daily chart out here. So let's do that. And inside the daily chart, what we've got is what we've got here is price right now. Who wrote that? Dano, price right now is pulling back today, 951,000 shares. Last time price was up here was 2.3 million shares, and then 2.5 yesterday. So it's just running into this little gap to the downside. Here's your resistance line, right? Gaps are our friends, no matter what. Bullish or bearish. In this case here, it's a bearish gap because it's been tested on 3 different occasions. That line, Dano, being 106.43. Now, the gap to the downside was 7 million shares. I say only was 7 million shares. First time up was 3.8. Second time up was 2.3. Third time up was 2.5. So you see, the reason why it's running into resistance is because of that gap to the downside, which is your friend to understand that's where resistance is. So if you are anticipating that the IBB is going to head back to its highs, and right now we have a couple of higher lows, and we certainly have some higher highs, just really coming back into the time period November 15th out here. It looks like it wants to. It just doesn't have that oomph. Now, is it coming back to last week's lows? If it closes below the price point of 105.32, and you're trading right now at 105.32, then the answer is, yeah, it probably is. Now, not last week's lows, probably the high of last week's low. And therefore, I would say the 104.06 to 103.22 level. But if that's a good word, if IBB closes above 106.43, then you'll have your answer. Then it wants to go head back to its highs out there. So, Dano, I hope that helps you with that question. We've got another question out here from Mike. Mike says, can we take a look at Fez? So let's go take a look at Fez out here, and that would be from a Steely Dan song, I believe. But if we take a look at it, you want me to look at Fez. Is this a buy here? So thanks to the TAS profiles help. The TAS profiles. Oh, maybe the IBB profiles? Yeah. TAZ. Got it. You're right. In any event, let's stick here. So you got the Spider Eurostock 50 ETF out here. Fez. I don't know. Mike, we probably have to do an evaluation to see how money is flowing into this thing. Now, here's the problem in trying to analyze this stock chart. Because of the currency revaluation that goes on each and every day out here, you've got all kinds of gaps, right? So those gaps are basically meaningless out here. So you really need to know what is inside this Eurostoxx 50 ETF. You know, is it a weighted ETF? Probably, and weighted to which country, so you could try to understand that currency pair. I mean, I can provide you with some technical analysis, but I'm telling you right now, that technical analysis I provide you with ain't worth a hill of beans. The only way it's worth a hill of beans is to go figure out the weightings inside here by country. Maybe just over in Europe. You know, you just need to understand the holdings that are inside here, and I don't have the tools available to do that in a short period of time. If we just simply take a look at this, come over to maybe a longer term chart. Let's do that. Then what we would say is that whatever you're looking at from a target of a buy, we certainly know where the target of resistance is, the little zone of resistance. And it's going to be between, let's call it the price level of 43.64 to 45.26 out here. And we don't really have anything necessarily to tell us that price would break above that level. What it does have is, you know, you had the 2009 low out here. There's the price level out there was $21.92. The next time we had really a low come in was in 2012. It was really testing that 2009 low, but that was a higher low, $25.29. If we take a look at the next time price came down here, and that was really down into the 2009 level, wasn't that long ago. It was June of 2016 out here. And so I'd really pose you the question of, why do you want to make an investment in Fez? I mean, yeah, I think there are other things that are moving out here. I would say, based on the the second segment that we did out there, you're better off putting your money to work inside the Dow, inside of the NASDAQ 100, inside of the Nikkei. Fez isn't blowing the lid off of anything, and you've got some real resistance at 43.64 to 45.26. Is it a buy right now? I don't know. I have more conviction on something else that I could give you. I'd say that the vote is in. Go look at the Nikkei. Maybe buy it on the next pullback. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The Taz Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the Taz Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Taz Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the Taz Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So Sylvia writes in, wants to take a look at Legion Technologies. Sylvia writes, hi, Steve. Back on October 26th, that's where the green arrow is on my chart out here, you advised on a call-in that a good buy on a pullback for Allegiant would be in the 63.16 to 65.63 price range. Do you still hold that opinion, considering recent activity in the equity? I went long at 66.61 this morning. Need your advice, please. So let's take a look at it. And here's what we know thus far. The new data that we have inside of Allegiant is as follows. Number one, let me put this up here for you, Sylvia. As price was moving, this is the daily chart you and I are looking at. As price was moving higher on this equity, it was doing so with less relative energy. Those are those black diagonal lines. Now, this only has meaning when the cavalry shows up. We looked at those black diagonal lines inside the ES and the YM during the first segment there. I said it doesn't mean a thing if it don't have that swing. And that swing is some type of bearish reversal signal. Well, in the case of Allegiant, that actually took place on November 29th. Price then also closed below Stevie's red line out here. And that red line is very important out here, because as long as price stays below that, any little bounce that you see may just simply be a counter trend rally. It's the only way that I can interpret it. As we take a look at this chart as well, what we can see is price yesterday ran right into resistance. The resistance happened to be its daily TAS market profile. Now, price here formed below the prior profile, and it is a strong bullish profile in that the center of the box, you don't see another line out here, is actually also the bottom. So 66.13 is a level that I would be watching like a hawk. Really, you could say it's the swing point from December 26, just a few days ago, because if price were to close below that, then that would be setting up, and I'm not saying it's going to, I'm saying you've got to watch right now. But if price were to close below that, then what we're looking at is a revised target. And that revised target says the good buy on Allegiant would be around 62.40 to 60.97 now that we have this new data. So what is it that you actually need to see for your long position to work out for you? You really want to see this close above 67 67.73 out here. Now, that is the daily time frame chart. So 67.73 is a good solid number that you want to see this close above. And if it doesn't, you want to make sure that this is not closing below 65.60. If it does that, and it's doing that with volume of more than 1.7 million shares, you've got an A to B equals CD to the downside. In the case of Allegiant Technologies, we take a look at the weekly time frame out here. Oh, that's a daily as well. What happened here? I've got two dailies. Oh, we just have to change that back to weekly. I thought that looked kind of weird. There we go. So now we take a look at the weekly. Here's where our 63 number comes into. I think that was the number that I gave to you. Let me see if my phone, I can't remember, 63.16. And there's a 65.63. Okay, so we've got our numbers. So 65.63 was hit last week as we take a look at it. But you and I are kind of basing the decisions on, hey, what's going on the daily chart out here. See, any close below 66.45 would suggest to you and I, because this is a bearish structured box, that price would likely get down to that 63.16 level. But now we've got a new potential A to B equals CD to the downside that gives you and I an even better target if, in fact, we see that area broken. So my advice is to make sure that you have a stop. And the one thing you and I can't do is really control what the market is going to do next. What we can do is evaluate what the message is as we speak right now. If it had been me, if you were asking that question versus going long today, at the price that you did, I would have rather paid a higher price, just kind of like what I call insurance, to see price close above that 67.73 mark out there. Doesn't mean your trade is bad. It's just I would have preferred to have seen Allegiant Technologies close of resistance out here, and that is the resistance level. So keep your stop in place, and then if it moves lower, take your stop and then look for those other areas to come back in on Allegiant Technologies. The reason would be is because you would have a nice little Gartley buy that could set up inside of this equity after it had such a nice run to that move higher. It would just mean that, hey, at this stage here, it's just tired. And that Gartley buy, well, that would be a nice thing out there. And again, we have targets, but we won't know if those targets would be hit until we actually get there and we see how the market is trading. So thanks for writing in. I hope that helps you out on your trade there. Let me see if there's any other requests that have come in here, because if you take the time to write, I'm going to take the time to review it. I don't see anything else out here, so let's just kind of moving on. Let's go take a look at what, gold? So go take a look at the Goldilocks out here. We've got gold moving lower. Let's just put up the let me just see if there's any new profiles or anything that have formed inside of gold. I think the answer is no, but let me take a look. Yeah, the answer is no. Really looks like where gold is headed to is this longer-term trend line. Now, when I say longer-term trend line, I'm coming back into the lows from, looks like December 14th. That's your touch point. Another touch point is going to be the lows of December 12th. Longer-term trend line, where would that put us into? Around the 12 type area, give or take. And if price breaks below that, then you're looking at coming back into probably the 1145-ish range out here. But gold currently has a A to B equals CD price projection down in the 1212 area. 1212 is the A to B equals CD to the downside. 1212 or so is the bottom of that longer-term trend line out there. It really looks like that's the deal. So probably time to just simply snooze, keep your hands in your pocket, anticipate that gold is going to head lower, anticipate that the miners are going to head lower until we see that bottom as well. And if we take a look at the miners, here's the GDX. As we speak, you can see that today, now this has got the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. That basically was hit or close to it. 2122 is the number. It got down nearly to that level, but what it also did on any bit of a bounce today was ran right into Stevie's red line. That's why, Sylvia, that red line is so important out here, because it's an excellent area for either support or resistance. And right now, inside the GDX, we know it's resistance. And if 2122 doesn't hold, well, the next price projection is going to take us into the 2046 level. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Well, we'll be back in about, we've got 20 seconds, I see. That was a bit early on that call out there. Let's see if we can throw silver up here. What is silver doing? Are there any signs of a bottom in high-ho silver? And the answer is no. I don't see it. Looks like silver is going to continue to head lower out here. And if it does so, well, its next price target becomes the 1512 level. And now we can go to that break. Give us a call, folks, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back. Looks like we're going to go take a look at Gold Corp, I believe. GG is the ticker symbol.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Man, time flies. So we had a request to go take a look at Gold Corp out here. GG is the ticker symbol. And we start by taking a look at the correlation chart. So the bottom panel here is the correlation, the price directional correlation between Gold Corp and gold itself. And you can see in everything above the zero line out here, those are bars to the upside, tells you that you've got a positive correlation. In positive correlation means that directionally it's going to go in the same way. So we can say pretty much hands down, not exclusively, that Gold Corp travels in the same direction as gold out here. And that's going to help inside our evaluation. We took a look at gold earlier on the daily chart, and silver, it looked like it wants lower price. So if we take a look at Gold Corp out here, and I'm just looking at prices is below all profile levels, daily, weekly, monthly out there, so that's not a good thing. Gold Corp is busting through a swing point. Looks like it did yesterday. That's the swing point on the daily chart from December 15th. There were 14 million shares there, and the low was 1191. Now, yesterday, it broke through it with a volume of 7.8 million. So it's breaking a swing point with light volume. Today, you've got 5.6 million. So it looks like you're picking up strength to the downside. You want to see this close above 1191. Get back above that swing point it's testing. If it doesn't get back above that, well, then you open up an A to B equals CD to the downside, or a test of the swing point from January in 2016, 946 to 994. I'm not sure where the A to B equals CD pattern takes us to on Gold Corp, but if we take a look at it, and it's not busting that swing point with volume, but the A to B equals CD can still be in play, and that takes you all the way back down to that swing point from back in 2016. So what is my call on Gold Corp? If it doesn't get its little fanny above 1191 out here, well, then price is headed lower. Well, folks, unfortunately, our time is up. But fortunately for you, the great one, the polar bear, my favorite polar bear, your favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. After David, you've got Tom O'Brien 3 to 5, Andy Heck from 5 to 6. And I'll be back with you on wonderful Wednesday. Take care, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.